you're originally from, was it LA or Silicon Valley? Because I know that you spent some time in the tech area because you did get started with Facebook.
Yeah, I was born in the Bay Area. So I was born like literally like a few blocks from Apple's campus. So my first 30 years of my life was all immersed in that world.
How old were you when you got into Facebook? That was about 11 years ago?
Dude, it was old, man. What was it? I was 23. So I was in 2005.
So you're basically what, like a senior citizen at 23 at Facebook at the time?
No, dude, it's so funny now because now at our company, AppSumo.com. So I was 23 at Facebook, and I remember we hired these 30-year-olds, and they would leave at 5 o'clock. And I would always call them such wussies. I was like, you guys are such bitches. I cannot believe you're leaving so early. Like, we stay here all night. And then like Mark had this old lady as his executive coach. And what I realized though now I'm in my 30s is that the people who are in their 30s actually just worked really smart. They came in at 9, they got all their shit done, and they left at 5, where us young dumbasses were like, I'm here all the time, but we're not actually as productive. And the older people had a lot more wisdom and experience. Like Mark getting an executive coach, definitely helped him reach these levels that he's at.
So how did you get hired at Facebook at employee number 30? Because that would have been, I mean, I had a business at one time with 24 or 25 people. It was definitely under 30 for sure. And I knew what that was like. What was Facebook like at the time? Like,
so I'll tell you a little bit of the backstory. So I was in a cubicle at Intel. So I lived at my mom's house, which I know you always tell guys that they're trying to get laid to live at your mom's house.
Yeah, awesome place to live if you want to get lots of poon.
Yeah, dude. A 1,400 square foot small Bay Area house, and I was living at my mom's house, and I was doing a lot of these side hustles. Mm-hmm. That's what they're called now. I was just doing projects. I think it's called a project until you make money, and when you can support yourself, it becomes a business. And I had all these I did a discount card called Ninja Card. I had a college Craigslist called College Up. I did, I was doing consulting. I was blogging, all this different stuff. And while I was at Intel, I was like, I'm going to quit here. My dream is to run my own company and work abroad. Like I wanted to start a business and then be my own boss and then eventually live abroad. And I was about to quit and I saw a job on Facebook. I think one of the best things that anybody can do that's young is go work for the company or the person that you admire or that you already enjoy. And there was no other company. I wasn't looking for a job, but I was like, I love the site. I use it a lot. I was using it to meet women. I was using it to hire people actually.
When was that? 2005, you said?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I think anyone, just look at it's on your phone, go to your computer history.
Okay.
And I saw that they're hiring a product manager and I was doing all this product stuff on the side. So I think that's kind of a key thing for people trying to get jobs is that it was really easy for them to hire me because I'm like, I've been doing this for fun and making money myself. So I just sent in a resume cold. I didn't have any referrals. I didn't have any friends there. Mm-hmm. And then when I came in for the job interview, I came with a bunch of mock-ups. I said, here's all the things I think you guys should be doing. And I actually did the work for you. So I think kind of making it a no-brainer for them to hire me. And I got the job. It was a fucking wild thing, man. Like the first day, I still never forgot this. First day I come in, my boss, Doug Hirsch. Doug is now a billionaire he started GoodRx, which I don't know if it's up in Canada.
Yeah, that's like a prescription company, right? Like a pharmacy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you see him on TV and you get like discounts and stuff. But anyways, the first day I come to work and Doug's the one who hired me. First day I come to work, Doug is walking out and I'm like, what the hell just happened? And Mark comes up to me. He's like, I just fired your boss. Welcome to Facebook. I was like, all right. That's different. And so he fired because Doug wanted to sell the company to Yahoo for $1 billion.
Oh, okay.
And Mark
that was early.
Mark didn't want to sell. And it honestly was probably one of the biggest professional growth periods I've ever had.
What did they hire you for? Like, what were you doing there at the time in 2005?
So I was hired. There's basically in tech companies, you have developers and designers, and then there's these product and project managers, and the roles can be kind of blended. But I was hired as a product manager, which is ultimately Mark says, hey, I want you to improve the ads product. Like, here's some things I want. Mm-hmm. We have to figure out the spec of it, the specifications, and then help make sure it happens. So I worked on Facebook ads, improving that, getting that going. I built the first Facebook mobile product. I invented status updates. So Twitter, which is basically status updates. Mm-hmm. I invented that. It started at Facebook before Twitter ever did it. So
who's the guy that went and invented the poke button? Because that guy needs to get punched in the face.
You don't like the poke button? No, that's a great one.
The poke button got smashed pretty early on. But I remember back in the early days, everybody would be poking you. So and so poked you.
It was fun.
Who
I
was
like
the
the
poke?
poke.
You were the poke guy, weren't you?
No, I was not, but I was a fan of it because it's a good way to, get people's attention. And early on, they removed this really, after I was fired, they removed it, but you could see who viewed your profile. So I would go poke girls and poke ex-girlfriends and see when they, viewed. So it's like some
look back.
Yeah, a little God mode experience there. But dude, honestly, it was the most like intimidating, nerve-wracking, stressful, fulfilling time I think of my career still to this day, which is crazy. I was only there like about a year.
And they ended up firing you too. And I know that you lost your interest in the business. Was it stock options? Was it options?
Yeah.
Like, what did they offer you at the time?
They offered 0.1% of the company. That was how many shares I got.
0.1, yeah, because I was watching the interview that you did with Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you said that they, at the time, because the video was last summer, that the stocks would have been worth like something like $600 million if you had them today.
Yeah, now I'm trying to get rich on crypto. So I'm going to bet it all, Richard, and then hopefully crypto is going to make me rich.
Yeah, let's talk about crypto in a minute. Let's not skip over the getting fired part.
No, I was depressed for like, this is 15 years ago, so sometimes it's wild to reflect on it.
Yeah.
And I do think it helped me to have a chip on my shoulder. I think I was wondering if I'm honest with you, which I'm always honest, but I wondered how I kept going. Like, I was like, fuck, man, I got fired by Facebook and I got fired by Mint. And then my next company got banned by Facebook. We were doing Facebook games and payments and they banned the company. I was like, fucking A, man. Like, and now I'm, professionally, I've made it to a level that a lot of people would call successful and I would call successful, but a lot of fucking failures and close calls. And I think that chip on the shoulder from Mark kind of not fucking me over, but firing me, like gave me that drive.
Why did they fire you? Was it because of fit?
There's a lot of different things. I think now that I'm an employer of people, I would have definitely fired me. I had a guy similar to me that was a young buck. I called him, he was a maverick, which he's not supposed to be employed. And he always wanted to run his own show. And now he runs his own show. And I think that was definitely similar to me at Facebook. I didn't want to be in meetings. Like, I excelled when we were at 30 people. And then when we got to a few hundred people, I didn't want to go to meetings and have like 80 people. Literally, they'd have hour discussions, not joking, hour discussions about which font to use. And that's fine. That's
80
totally
people in the meeting?
No, there'd probably be about 30.
Still, that's outrageous.
They're talking about a fucking font, dude. And I just did not, that's fine. It's just not where I wanted to. I think I'm like, people are dying. Like, this is not what I want to be spending time on. And I didn't like the organization at a larger scale. And even though it's 150 seems tiny now that they have 50,000 people. And, I think at the end of the day, I needed to accept that, like, I'm probably going to need to work for myself because I'm not really employable.
Yeah. Like most guys that end up building businesses find themselves in a position where they can't work for somebody else. Working for somebody else can be okay if you can get decent pay and you've got no risk whatsoever. Then it can be fun, but you get a lot more flexibility.